Have you ever wondered how the journey of Jesus' 12 apostles truly ended? Was their fate as glorious as their lives alongside the Messiah? In today's video, we'll explore the tragic and surprising endings of each of these men, whose lives were transformed by their encounter with Christ. We'll uncover stories of courage, sacrifice, and at times, betrayal and suffering. Knowing the fates of the apostles isn't just a history lesson, but a source of inspiration to face our own daily struggles. After all, how did they maintain their faith in the face of extreme adversity? What can we learn from their dedication and resilience? Let's unravel it all next. The 12 apostles were Jesus Christ's closest disciples, chosen by him to be his most intimate followers and messengers. Their names were Peter, also called Simon; Andrew, Peter's brother; James the Greater, son of Zebedee; John, James's brother; Philip; Bartholomew, also called Nathanael; Matthew, also called Levi, the tax collector; Thomas; James the Less, son of Alphaeus; Thaddaeus, also called Judas, son of James, or Lebbaeus; Simon the Zealot; Judas Iscariot, the one who betrayed Jesus. The 12 apostles played crucial roles in spreading Christianity and founding the church. Each contributed uniquely to spreading Jesus' message. After Jesus' ascension, the apostles took leadership in forming the early Christian church. They were responsible for teaching, preaching, and baptizing new converts. As eyewitnesses to Jesus' teachings, miracles, death, and resurrection, the apostles were the primary sources transmitting these stories and spiritual truths. Several books of the New Testament, including the Gospels, Acts of the Apostles, and some epistles, were written by or about the apostles, providing the textual foundation for Christian theology and practice. The apostles were sent to various parts of the known world at the time to preach the gospel. They faced persecutions and martyrdom, but their missions established Christian communities in regions such as the Middle East, Europe, and Africa. The lives and often tragic ends of the apostles serve as inspiring examples of unwavering faith and courage in adversity. Their stories encourage Christians to maintain faith even in challenging times. The 12 apostles not only transmitted Jesus' message but also shaped the foundations of Christianity, establishing traditions, doctrines, and practices that continue to influence billions of people today. Peter, originally called Simon, was a fisherman from Galilee and Andrew's brother, also an apostle. He was called by Jesus and renamed Peter, meaning rock, symbolizing his role in the church's foundation. Peter witnessed many miracles by Jesus, including the transfiguration and walking on water. Despite his steadfastness, he denied Jesus 3 times on the night of his arrest but later bitterly repented. After the resurrection, Jesus reaffirmed Peter, entrusting him to shepherd his sheep. Peter became a central leader in the early church. On Pentecost, he preached a powerful sermon that converted about 3,000 people. He also played a crucial role in the Council of Jerusalem. According to tradition, Peter was martyred in Rome, crucified upside down at his request. His legacy is marked by transformation, leadership, and resilient faith, making him a central figure in Christianity and the first pope recognized by the Catholic Church. Andrew, Peter's brother, was a fisherman from Galilee and one of Jesus' earliest disciples, previously a follower of John the Baptist. He recognized Jesus as the Messiah and led his brother Peter to him. Andrew was present at various miracles, such as the multiplication of loaves and fishes, and often brought people to Jesus, demonstrating his role as a connector and evangelist. He was also open to Gentiles, as evidenced when he brought interested Greeks to Jesus. After Jesus' ascension, Andrew preached the gospel in various regions, including Asia Minor and Greece. According to tradition, he was martyred in Patras, Greece, crucified on a cross shaped like an X, now known as the Cross of St. Andrew. Andrew is remembered for his missionary spirit and dedication to evangelism, and he is revered as a saint in various Christian traditions. His life and ministry continue to inspire many in the Christian faith. James the Greater, son of Zebedee and brother of John, was a fisherman from Galilee and one of the first disciples called by Jesus. Part of Jesus' inner circle, he witnessed crucial moments such as the Transfiguration and the agony in Gethsemane. Known with his brother as the Sons of Thunder due to their zeal, James was the first apostle to be martyred, beheaded by order of King Herod Agrippa I around 44 AD. He is venerated as a saint, and his remains are believed to be in Santiago de Compostela, a famous Christian pilgrimage site. If you want to delve deeper into your understanding of the fascinating facts about the apostles discussed in this video, In the comments, we've provided a valuable resource that complements the content covered here. John, son of Zebedee and brother of James the Greater, was one of the first disciples called by Jesus in Galilee. He witnessed crucial events in Jesus' life, including the Transfiguration and the agony in Gethsemane, and is known as the beloved disciple. John played a central role in the early church, traditionally attributed as the author of the Gospel of John, 3 epistles of John, and the book of Revelation. Exiled to Patmos, where he received apocalyptic visions, John died of natural causes, notable for not being martyred. His legacy as the Apostle of Love and his writings continue to deeply influence Christianity. Philip was one of the first disciples called by Jesus in Galilee. Little is known about his life before following Jesus, but he is mentioned as originating from the town of Bethsaida, the same as Peter and Andrew. Philip played a significant role in bringing others to Jesus, such as when he introduced Nathanael to Jesus, who became one of the apostles. He witnessed miracles, like the multiplication of loaves and fishes, and participated in important dialogues recorded in the Gospel of John, such as those with the young Greek during Passover. Philip continued to preach the gospel after Jesus' ascension, traditionally associated with missions in Asia Minor. Few details are known about his martyrdom, but he is remembered as one of the 12 fundamental apostles who helped establish the early Christian church. Bartholomew, also known as Nathanael, was one of the 12 apostles chosen by Jesus Christ. Hailing from Cana of Galilee, he is often mentioned alongside Philip, another disciple, and was introduced to Jesus by him. Bartholomew is known for his sincerity and deep faith, as demonstrated when he expressed skepticism about anything good coming from Nazareth, to which Jesus responded with a clear vision of his own nature. Little is known about his later ministry and end of life, though tradition connects him to various missionary regions, including Armenia, where he is believed to have been martyred, possibly by being skinned alive or crucified. Matthew, also known as Levi, was a tax collector in Capernaum when Jesus called him to follow him. He is mentioned in the Synoptic Gospels as one of the 12 apostles chosen by Jesus. Matthew was responsible for recording the gospel bearing his name, a narrative that emphasizes the fulfillment of messianic prophecies through Jesus' ministry. After Jesus' ascension, Matthew is traditionally associated with preaching in Palestine before embarking on missions beyond its borders, possibly reaching Ethiopia and Persia. Few details are known about his martyrdom, but he is revered as one of the apostles who helped establish the foundations of early Christianity. Thomas, also known as Didymus or Thomas the Twin, was one of the 12 apostles chosen by Jesus. He is best known for his disbelief after Jesus' resurrection, insisting he would only believe if he saw and touched Jesus' wounds. After Jesus appeared to him and allowed him to touch his wounds, Thomas proclaimed his faith, acknowledging Jesus as his Lord and God. Few details are known about his later ministry, but tradition associates him with missions in India, where he preached the gospel and established Christian communities. Thomas is revered as an example of faith transforming doubt into deep conviction, considered a martyr, possibly martyred for teaching the gospel. James the Less, son of Alphaeus, was one of the 12 apostles chosen by Jesus Christ. He is often called James the Less, to distinguish him from James the Greater, son of Zebedee. Little is known about his life before following Jesus, but he became a prominent figure in the early church in Jerusalem after Christ's resurrection. James the Less was known for his piety and strict observance of Jewish law. He played a significant role in the Council of Jerusalem, where the inclusion of Gentiles in the Christian church without the need for full observance of Jewish law was discussed. James the Less is traditionally associated with missions in Palestine and possibly beyond, before being martyred in Jerusalem for his witness to Jesus Christ. He is revered as an example of fidelity and commitment to gospel principles. Thaddaeus, also known as Judas Thaddaeus or Lebbaeus, was one of the 12 apostles chosen by Jesus Christ. Little is known about his life before following Jesus, but he is mentioned in the Gospels as one of Jesus' closest disciples. Thaddaeus is remembered for posing a question to Jesus during the Last Supper, seeking a better understanding of Jesus' teachings. After Jesus' resurrection, Thaddaeus played a role in spreading the gospel, preaching in various regions and possibly reaching Mesopotamia and Persia. He is traditionally associated with founding Christian communities in these regions. Few details are known about his martyrdom, but he is revered as a martyr of the Christian faith, possibly martyred for his preaching and witness to Jesus Christ. Thaddaeus is venerated as a saint in various Christian traditions, known for his devotion and service to the gospel. Simon, also known as Simon the Zealot, was one of the 12 apostles chosen by Jesus Christ. Before following Jesus, Simon was likely a member of the Zealot Party, a radical Jewish group opposed to Roman domination. Little is known about his life before becoming a disciple of Jesus. Simon is mentioned in the Gospels as one of the 12 apostles, but specific details about his actions and ministry are not widely recorded. He is traditionally associated with missions in Persia and Armenia, where he would have preached the gospel and established Christian communities. Few details are known about his martyrdom, but he is revered as a martyr of the Christian faith, possibly martyred for his preaching and witness to Jesus Christ. Simon is remembered as one of the apostles who helped spread the gospel beyond Israel's borders, bringing Jesus' message to new lands and cultures. Judas, also known as Judas Iscariot, was one of the 12 apostles chosen by Jesus Christ. He is primarily known for betraying Jesus, handing him over to religious authorities for 30 pieces of silver. Judas was the treasurer of the apostles' group and, according to the Gospels, had a penchant for money and betrayal. After the betrayal, Judas repented and tried to return the money, but ended up hanging himself. His name has become synonymous with betrayal and disloyalty. Judas's betrayal played a crucial role in Jesus' crucifixion and is a fundamental event in the New Testament narrative. Imagine Peter's courage witnessing miracles or Thomas's sincerity transforming doubts into faith. These apostles weren't distant figures. They faced challenges, experienced doubts, and struggled with their own weaknesses, much like us today. Studying their lives challenges us to reflect on our own commitment to faith and courage to follow Jesus' teachings in a world that often tests us. We want to hear from you. Subscribe to the channel for more inspiring content like this. Leave your comments sharing your own reflections on the apostles and how their stories impact your lives today. Share this video so more people can connect with these transformative stories. Remember, like the apostles, each of us faces unique journeys. May we find inspiration in the courage and faith of these men to face our own challenges with hope and determination. Thank you for watching. Until the next video, may the peace of Christ be with you all.